Hi. So good evening, everyone. I'm Shaurya Kapoor, and I'm a bakery technologist. And for today, we are going to do two trials for breads. Okay, so they are not like hidden trial method; they are already tried, but there's a demonstration for you guys to understand that. Okay, so today we are going to make two breads in which one will be the control and one will be having added high PDI soy flour. Okay, so what is soy flour? Why do we need to add it? So basically, soy flour is a very good ingredient in your breads. It comes in various forms and it can be used in different ways in any bakery product or even in some other areas as well. Okay, but in today's session, our motive is to demonstrate to you that if we add very small quantity of soy flour, you get a lot of benefits out of it. Okay, so what are the benefits from that? Firstly, you get more water absorption by 1.5 times. Okay, so like if we are adding 1 gram of soy flour, then you will be able to add 1.5 grams of water to your product. Okay, these calculations are totally based on soy flour. Okay, then secondly, it gives you certain quantity of protein. Moreover, as it is absorbing more water, so you will have less baking loss. Okay, more absorption, more yield, and less baking loss you're getting out of it. Okay, so let's say our in 1 kg dough, if you are able to make 400 grams bread, only 4 pieces of it, in this you will be able to make maybe 4.25 breads or 4.3 breads. Alright, so let's start with the introduction of the ingredients before we take them to the mixing. Okay, so in front of you I have two sets of formulation, but in the center I've got soy flour. Okay, so what I will do is I'm gonna add soy flour to my right side. Okay, because I've already measured extra water in this one. Okay, so I'll just give you a small brief about them. I've taken bread flour 1 kg, then I've taken yeast 25 grams. With that I've taken 20 grams milk powder. With that I've taken 30 grams sugar. Then I've taken vital wheat gluten. Okay, that is 5 grams. Then I've taken dough conditioner. Dough conditioner is nothing but a set of enzymes, because in India people do not believe in adding enzymes separately. So what we do is we mix them all and then we call it dough conditioner. Okay, so we are adding 2 grams of dough conditioner, then we have 18 grams of salt, then we have got 25 grams of oil. All right, so I've taken 30 grams, that is 3% of soy flour in 100% of flour. Okay, so 100% of 100% of flour, bread flour. With that, we have taken 3% of high PDI soy flour. So with this, I've already told you that our water absorption is going to get on the higher side. So if you are adding 30 grams of soy flour, we will multiply it by 1.5. So it will be 45 grams of water that we will be adding extra in our dough. So let's go and start with the mixing. I will be doing the mixing simultaneously with my team so that you guys can know and know the difference in the dough weight variations that we will get after mixing. Alright, so let's start with it. So we are starting with the mixing now. First we are going to mix a dough which has soy flour in it. So we are adding 3% of soy flour, which makes it 30 grams. Okay, and for every gram of soy flour we are going to add 1.5 grams of water. So for 30 grams we are adding 45 grams of water in it. So alright, so let's start. First let's start water, then yeast, sugar, My first dough is ready. Okay, now what we are going to do is first we are going to check its weight so that we can note it down, and we are going to divide this in 440 grams. So let's see how many pieces do we get out of 440 grams. 1749.5. So let's take it as 1750 in total what we have got for the first dough. Alright, so what we are going to do is we are going to leave it in this bowl for a while. Okay, after that we are going to divide it into 440 grams, after which we are going to put it in the proofing chamber for around 1 hour for fermentation. Alright guys, so our second dough is ready now. Again, just like this dough, we are going to keep it at rest for 10 minutes. But before that, we are going to check the weight. You will see a weight difference in both, because in this we have added soy flour, and because of soy flour we have added more water. Alright, so in this one, this dough will be less as in weight, okay, and this will be higher. So how does it help you? Basically it helps in more yield, because when we put the same quantity in the mold, as in 440 grams in one mold of both the doughs, you will get the same weight. But the point is, when we are mixing in big batches, you will see a difference in the yield. Okay, like out of this, if I see the difference in the weights, I will only get 3.5 breads. Okay, but out of this I will get full 4 breads in it. Alright, so let's start. Okay, so let's check the weight of both. I have already tared the weight of the product. So this one is weighing 1774 and this one is coming out to be 1680. Okay, so you guys can already see the difference in both the weights. So out of this one we will get 4 breads, and out of this one we will get only 3.5 breads. Guys, our first dough is ready now. We are going to divide it in 440 grams. Okay, so let's see how many pieces do we get out of this. Okay, of 440 grams each. One, two, so now again the last one. So we have now 4 pieces of 440 grams each. Okay, so and we will see in just after molding this how many pieces do we get from the other dough. So let's start molding it, and then we will keep it for fermentation. So this is our second dough. Okay, now we're going to do the panning for this. And this is the last dough which I am putting over here, and you guys can see that this comes out to be 353 grams. Okay, so yes, when we add soy flour in our recipe, we get more water absorption in the formulation, therefore we get more yield in it. Okay, so because of that we are getting 4 breads, but in this one we are only getting 3.5. okay, so let's do molding for these. So one is extra. Alright guys, so our breads are out of the ovens, and I have made a setup for you guys so that you guys can see the weight difference that we are getting. Okay, because as we have kept more and more moisture, we were able to get 4 same amount of breads, whereas if we see that one bread was smaller in size, okay, from the control. All right, so and if we see the cumulative weight, we're getting 1395 for the control and we're getting 1458.5 of the bread if we add soy flour. Okay, this will have increased absorption and it will give you more and more yield if you use that. But if we see in the texture, as you guys can see, there will be not much of a difference. There is no difference at all right, as you can see. On the right side, it's the control. On the left side, it's with added soy flour with 3% inclusion of soy flour.